How would you feel about an adult-only library in Arizona? How would you feel getting carded before going to the library? Here's why I bring it up. In 2022, Arizona Republican lawmakers and Governor Doug Ducey passed a law that banned public school employees from providing material to minors that they defined as sexually explicit. And every year since then, they have tried to build upon that law by making it apply to every public library in the state and by adding penalties. If a public librarian, library employee, a public school employee violated this rule, for example, the latest proposal says that they would face a Class 5 felony punishable by up to 2.5 years in prison. Senator Jake Hoffman of Queen Creek, who is proposing this, has claimed that the materials he's trying to target are materials that are already a criminal violation to share with minors.
Because the reality is, if you showed these things to a stranger's child in your neighborhood, or on the soccer team, or on the Little League team, or a kid that goes to your kid's school, you would face criminal charges.
Here's the problem. That's not what Arizona's obscenity law says. The law, Chapter 35 of Title 13 of the Criminal Codes, says that it's unlawful to give minors an item that is quote-unquote harmful to minors. So what is harmful to minors? Well, lucky for us, Arizona law does define it. And it says that it is sexual material that appeals to the prurient interest. Think excessively sexual and inappropriate, think voyeuristic. But it also has to be patently offensive, and taken as a whole, it doesn't offer serious literary, political, scientific value for minors. So Hoffman is not wrong when he says that his bill is in fact pulling definitions from the obscenity law. He uses the same definition for sexual conduct and for ultimate sexual acts. But existing law has a higher threshold for what counts as obscenity to minors, and that is to avoid sweeping in a substantial amount of constitutionally protected material. So back to adult-only libraries. Why did I bring this up? Well, because in Idaho, where a law passed that was similar to Hoffman's bill, that is what happened. The Donnelly Public Library is in a very small town, and it is a one-room library. So now people 17 and under there can go in the library, but only with parental waivers signed. Aaron McFarlane of the Arizona Library Association told me that that could happen here. In bigger libraries, you might see floors or sections cordoned off to be adults only, and smaller libraries might in fact become adult only. And to be clear, it's almost certain that this law won't pass this year. Governor Katie Hobbs has repeatedly vetoed past iterations. She has called them an attack on public schools and a thinly veiled effort to ban books. But the candidates seeking to challenge her re-election this November may feel differently. To hear what they had to say, check out my story on azcentral.com.